Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing? Broadcasting live from somewhere in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. Virginia. Um, let's wait here, let some folks come on into the room and everything. You're watching Kilted Prepper Live Saturday night or Saturday Night Live. And past several nights or past several Saturdays, I haven't done these. One Saturday, I was horribly sick with bronchitis and I couldn't even breathe. So it was pretty scary and things. And then last Saturday, I was actually doing a Zoom class, which a number of people showed up. I was really pleased to see that. And I had a lot of fun, put out a lot of information. But I'm here again on Saturday Night Live with Kilted Prepper, or Kilted Prepper Live. So, how's everybody doing? Everybody have a great week this week? Hopefully you did. I know that this week was pretty productive for myself, and getting over the bronchitis. I'm finally done with that, and I still have a smidge of the cough and everything, but doctors got me on this stuff and some other inhaler and other thing like that, and so but pretty much over it. And hey, Christopher, how you doing? Hope all is well. Yes, everything is well. So if you're, I'm broadcasting in Real Men Wear Quilts. I'm broadcasting on my Facebook page, and I'm broadcasting on YouTube. So, hey, Karen, how you doing? Hey, Chantel, doing fairly well. Been really busy. Well, busy is a good thing. So, unless you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off, but then that isn't very much fun or anything like that. So, but I'm glad to see you guys here. I really appreciate you guys showing up. You guys new, you never been to my show before, you never seen me on YouTube. Do me a favor, if you're watching me on Facebook, run over to YouTube and like, subscribe, share, and ring that little bell. And if you're on Facebook and everything, make sure you give me a thumbs up and like me, and then follow me on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Raymond period more, I believe. But yeah, you can find me. But check it out and things. Yeah, a lot of things that I want to share with you. This is not your typical prepper show, but if you've been kind of following me on my shows, Coffee with Ray, in the morning times that I do, I put out a poll, and I really wanted to hear what people were interested in. What did they want to learn? Because I'm really wanting to share information with y'all and really help you in your preps in a whole bunch of different areas. Not only physical preps, but let's think about spiritual as well as mental. And when I put the poll out, a lot of you are actually very interested in mental preps or mental preparedness. And so tonight I'm going to be kind of focusing on that aspect a lot. And I'm going to be sharing with you what I am going to be doing these next 90 days. And what I have done, I'm a big person who believes in I've joined several like motivation groups and everything. I don't know if some of you guys out there have ever heard of Warrior. Garrett J. White. I used to run with that group for a while and everything. I really love these sort of groups, because what it does is it helps you achieve your goals, helps you really move forward, helps you, get life better and everything. So they really share a lot of tips and tricks and help you in many areas. And the groups that I'm attracted to are groups that promote an idea called Core 4. And Core 4 is, for me, it's brains, body, being, and balance. And you can also, if you want to add another B to that, that's business. The other one, and I've just joined a group probably about a month and a half ago. I'm loving it. It's really, really great. I encourage you guys, and I'll put a link down below when after the show or something. I forgot to put the link to that, but it's called Lions Not Sheep. Now, you may have seen some folks running around with t-shirts or hats or something that says Lions Not Sheep, and that is by a gentleman named Sean Whalen. And Sean also promotes something called Core 4, and but his Core 4 areas instead of, brain, body, being balanced. His is called power, passion, purpose, and production. What I'm doing here is I'm actually adding another one to that, and that is preps. And so, what the Core 4 does is every day you spend some time on each of these areas. Now, power is, having a good body. And in fact, let me add this here. So, power, what you want to do is you want to work out and then follow some sort of meal plan that you may be, I always tend to try to follow a low carb, almost keto-esque sort of diet. And then there's passion. And so the tasks that he has here: send 3 appreciation texts, and then complete a morning mirror affirmation, meaning, sit there and talk to yourself in the morning and say good things about yourself. Purpose, 15 minutes of morning study, and then 15 minutes of meditation. And then production, deposit some money in your bank account, and completed social media marketing. And so this is his core 4s. And so, for example, my core 4s, when I'm teaching it, I teach, or I like brains, body, being, and balance. And then I add the 5th, business, if you have a business, or teaching people income stream or something like that. And mine is that way. So the brain is, feeding your brain. I think that's probably one of the most important things that you can do. And so that's why I always put it as first. So brains, every morning, get up, read something. Body, do something to work out, eat properly, maybe have a green smoothie or some sort of something to get you moving every day. Being is your spiritual life. Get up, read your Bible, spend some time in scripture, spend some time in prayer. I'm also a person who enjoys using a website called Headspace, which is, it is, what is the terminology? Um, Basically teaching you how to be present in the now, where a lot of people are having a problem being present in the now. And so mindfulness, that's the term that they talk about, but it's basically meditation teaching you mindfulness. And then the other one is balance, and that is, again, your relationships with your wife, your kids, your friends, whatever else that you want to do. And so these are the areas of the core 4. And every day I get up and I do my core 4. And so I do something to, work on my power. I do something to, that work on my power. I work out and everything. I'm trying to eat right. I've been really changing my eating habits and trying to get back to a more keto-esque sort of diet. No more junk food. Passion, again, paying attention to Cynthia, paying attention to Sarah. For example, one of the things I did yesterday is took Sarah swimming at the YMCA. She loves doing that. So that's something that's important to her. So passion is giving of yourself to those who you care about. Purpose. And then again, that is what what is your purpose? What are you doing? What's your objectives? And, in that, what Sean talks about is, 15 minutes of morning study, working on yourself, improving yourself. And then again, 15 minutes of meditation. But again, there's then production or business. And again, all these things wrapped up. And so every morning I spend a little bit of time doing these core 4. Now I've also added preps, because we're all preppers and we want to make sure that we're properly prepared and, ready for SHTF or the zombie apocalypse or whatever it is that you may be, preparing for. And so I've added another P to that. And so I think it's important that we do these things in the morning, get these things going, do them, because I'm really thinking that we're going to be starting to see hard times ahead. Already it's looking like we're not going to pass a budget, which, I have to ask myself, what the heck did they do in May then? I mean, I thought that was some budget thing too, but who knows? I really don't track that stuff too often, because there's a lot of stuff there that I just can't do. I can't change or anything like that. So I try not to worry too much about those sort of things. What I can do is what can I do to improve myself and sure make my family as strong and my circle of influence is strong. So core four is something that I really work hard. I've been doing core four now on and off for about 3-4 years. And I notice that when I'm not doing it, I'm in a slump. I'm not doing great. Cynthia notices it too. And there's times she's, Ray, you really should start your core four again. But when you do your core four, and this is some for men and women, it doesn't matter. But when you do your core four every day in the morning, you're basically spending time for yourself. And that's one problem that a lot of us don't do is spend time for ourselves. And by doing that, what you're going to be able to do then is when you do your core four, it kind of powers you up during the day. And you'll find that you're going to be able to accomplish more things, do more things, have more energy, give more of yourself to those around you, and so forth and so on. So I'm a big fan of core four. If you read any of these major motivators or self-help gurus or these people like that, Tony Robbins is a big one that I love. Dean Graziosi is another one as well. There's other people and things, but all of them promote a morning ritual. And this is something that I think is important in the preparedness arena, because I really feel, and I actually kind of know because I've talked to a lot of preppers, that I think that when SHTF happens, will people truly be mentally prepared? And I don't think so, because a lot of preppers are not practicing it. They're not practicing mental fortitude, mental strength. And so I really think that, if we ever come into an SHTF situation, I think a lot of preppers are going to actually break down, because they've got all these great preps. Okay, we have our food, water, and meds. We got all these guns and everything. We're out at the range all the time and everything like that. But what happens when rubber meets the road and you're truly put in some hard situations? And when if your brain is not ready for things like that, you're going to basically melt down to the lowest common denominator of who you truly are. And I think a lot of people are just going to start breaking down, freaking out, and curling up into the fetal position and crawling off into a corner, because a lot of people are not practicing mental fortitude or mental strength. And so that's one of the things that I'm really going to be focusing on this quarter. And so if you watch a lot of my coffees with Ray and everything, I'm going to be talking probably more about that. And the thing is, I want to challenge you guys. I want to challenge you and see if this is something that you would like to do, and join me in doing these next 90 days. Now, one of the things that I know that, people are going to be, well, how the heck do I track it? Well, this is what I did today in preparations for starting tomorrow. And again, I'm taking this very seriously, and I've done this before, but I love getting a spiral notebook. And then what I do is this is basically my keep track of everything I'm doing. I'm going to write down everything I do for my core four every day. I'm going to write down any thoughts or ideas or anything like that. So this is kind of a tracker and a journal. Now you can go out and spend a lot of money, $20 or so on something like this and everything. But why don't you just do like what I did? Take a spiral notebook and make something yourself. And so I stuck a sticker on mine. I stuck a picture of us and everything. And then I've titled it Making It Happen, fourth quarter 2023, 90 days. And, again, you're just going to fill it out and everything. Now, on the flip side, here's something else that I have done. I've really been thinking about this for the past week. What is the big goal that I want to accomplish? And my big goal is increase follow through. And so I have to admit it, and Cynthia sees it all the time too. I'm bad at follow through. And there's times I'll start something and then drop the ball, or just hey, who cares? forget it and everything. But what I'm doing here is, so for example, I've created primary goals for my core 4. So first goal here is my power or my body. And I want to drop 10, 15 pounds so I can fit in my size 36 jeans again. And then start and complete 75 hard. I'll talk to you more about that one. That one is going to be a super challenge. And then I've got here passion or balance. Stop procrastinating on things that Cynthia wants done and gain her confidence again. So I have to admit that, there's been times that I've lost some confidence in her because I say that I'm going to do something and I'm not. And again, follow through is my big primary goal. That's my massive objective of what I want to accomplish in these next 90 days is improved follow through and so forth. So that's one area. I know this means a lot to Cynthia. And then I just recognize it in a lot of the other things that I do in life. So purpose. My other purpose. So what do I want to achieve in purpose wise? Help 45 people become more mentally, physically, and spiritually better in their lives and in their preps. And this is one of the reasons why I created my Kilted Prepper community on Facebook. And I really encourage you guys, if this is something that's ringing true to you guys and everything, join that. And then what we can do is be more accountable to each other. And then finally, this is production or business or brain. I also threw my brain in here, but this goal is to cash flow $50 a day, leveraging all my cash flow streams and creating more cash flow streams. Now, if you were in my alternate income class, I actually went through all my cash flow streams and showed everybody. I have about 7 or 8 cash flow streams that I leverage, that I work. And, my goal is to create and make sure I earn $50 a day and bank it. So that's the big goal there with production. And then finally, I've added preparedness, and I just actually did this 10 minutes ago because I thought this was important. It's another P, and I haven't written down my goals yet on that. I need to kind of focus and kind of think about that and what do I want to do in the preparedness arena. Now, if you've been watching some of my coffees with Ray, you know that I've been kind of working on my prep room and kind of getting those things with the harvest that's going on right now and everything. I'm doing a lot of dehydrating and everything. So I kind of want to get those things in order, start rotating some of my mason jars. If you watched my show today, I was showing some of the stuff that I have dehydrated and stuff. So I need to put what I've created this year in the back and bring forward a lot of the mason jars and everything that I've dehydrated last year or throughout this year and everything. But and then work on, reorganizing maybe some of my canned goods and this, that, or the other. And, but that's one of my goals that I have for preparedness. And then another goal, and by doing the preparing my preps room, I'm going to start seeing what holes do I have in my preps. Am I lacking protein? Do I need more of this? Do I need more of that? How are my meds? How are my, those sort of things. So I'm going to start keeping track in my book here too of the things that I may be lacking in my preps. And so by doing that, I'm able to fill those holes and stuff. So that's kind of my goals that I've been thinking about and things for my prep arena. So let's see who's here today. We have Chantel. We have a Facebook user. I don't know who Facebook user is. It says, "Hey, brother." We got Holly. We have Dieter. Hey, Dieter. Dieter's talking to us from Boom, Belgium. Boom, Belgium. And then we have Angry Taco. How you doing, bud? So, but again, a lot of people have been wanting to learn more mental preparedness, and it's also, why am I doing core 4? Why does this make it? Why is this so important? All these other things, and then by doing these things and doing them every day, you're going to start seeing yourself become more strengthened, more a lot better, a lot more prepared, and everything, and able to deal with a lot of stuff that's going to be thrown at you. And so by doing these things and doing these things now, getting in these habits now, when SHTF happens, or the zombie apocalypse, or, they're talking, the old lockdown again, or whatever, we're going to be able to mentally pass through this hard time because we become mentally stronger. Whereas, I look at, other times, what was it, a year ago, 2 years ago, that we had the lockdown and everything, how many people were freaking out, how many people were losing money, how many people were losing their jobs, losing this, losing that, and everything like that. And then basically turning into a big pile of mush. And, again, mental fortitude, I think, is going to be very vitally important in these coming months and possibly even years. And so the more that we are able to do now, the better. And so by taking these actions, start doing these habits, start learning these things now, when the SHTF happens, we will be mentally stronger. We will be able to take on these challenges and everything. We will be able to set goals and so forth. And then we will be able to succeed because we've done it already. We've seen it in our past, and we know that we can make it happen. So, hey, Pat Hayes here. Chantel says, I have a notebook I'm using as a journal, so adding this is be very easy. Yeah, it's super easy. And I love these notebooks. I love these things. They're inexpensive, especially right now. I don't know. Well, with the school starting and everything, we may have lost some of the school buyout, but I mean, these were inexpensive, during when everybody's, buying school supplies. And so by buying a bunch of these become your journals, and you see how I've dated it and everything. And once I'm done with this, I'll actually give an open and close date so that, and I'll keep it, because it's great to look back on this. And if you're needing new ideas, or if you're needing, you're going through some challenge or something like that, you could go back and reread what it is you did, reread your thoughts, reread a lot of these things, and it'll help you really power through. I look back at, some of my journals when I'm feeling stagnant, and especially when it comes to my income streams and everything. I look at some of my older journals. I'm looking at some of my mapping that I do and everything. And it's like, oh, wow, man. Yeah, that's a great idea. Why did I forget that? This is why you journal, so that you basically are making notes to yourself and putting your ideas down and your thoughts down and everything. I think journaling is super, super important. I think I've showed you my other journal that, I've been working on. This, my other journal that I have, but this is now my 90-day journal, or my 90-day workout journal, and staying on track and stuff like that. Where this one will probably be just more thoughts and ideas and things I get out of meditation and reading scripture and what God basically plants in my mind and things. So, but this is something that I think is vitally important. And I know a lot of people, this stuff is hard, and you have to be disciplined. And the one challenge, this is another challenge that I'm now taking on. And this one actually scares me. I have to admit it. And maybe some of you have done this or something, I don't know. But this challenge is going to be difficult. And it's called 75 Hard, a tactical guide to winning the war with yourself. And it's by Andy Frisella. And if you go to Andy's, he's on Facebook, he's on Instagram, he's got a YouTube channel, he's got a great podcast and everything. But he's the one who originated 75 Hard. And 75 Hard is just that. It is hard. And what 75 Hard teaches is mental fortitude. It's not really a workout regime, but there's a lot of working out involved. But it's basically how to conquer yourself, how to become mentally stronger. And here's some of the tasks that are involved with 75 Hard. And so these are the things that you have to do every day. Follow a diet. And so the diet that I'm going to be following is going to be keto. And I'm not going to be doing keto hard. I'm going to be doing, let's go back to that one here, see if I can get that bigger. I'm not going to be doing keto, strict. And in fact, I'm almost really looking at and researching what did they eat during the 1940s and 50s. If you look at all these pictures of the 1950s, everybody's slim, everybody's looking good and everything, and not everybody went to the gym or anything like that. So what did they eat in the 40s and 50s that they looked really good? And so I think it's kind of a keto-esque diet, but I'm going to be doing research on that and everything. And that's kind of the diet that I want to follow. I figure if it worked for my grandparents and stuff, and they looked good, then hey, I'm going to give it a try myself. But just in looking at cookbooks and everything from that time and era, I see kind of a lot of basically healthy eating with a keto-esque sort of flavor. And so following a good diet, and then no cheating on the diet, and no alcohol. I know for some out there that might be tough or something like, oh no, I can't have a glass of wine, or, I enjoy a scotch from time to time. So, but for the next 75 days, I'm not going to be able to partake in anything. So no alcohol. And then here's the toughie: 45-minute workouts per day. Now, one of them has to be outside. And this is the one of the kickers. No matter what, you got to do it. And if it's raining, if it's snowing, if it's freezing cold, whatever, you got to do a 45-minute workout outside. But you got to do 2 workouts a day. And so I'm already running through my brain, what is it can I do? And it doesn't really have to be, I have to say I'm in okay shape, but I'm not in the greatest shape. So I'm going to start out slow, and I'm going to be doing walking in the morning. And then here in my office and everything, I have some other equipment and stuff to do working out. So I'm going to be doing some basic, working out here in my office as the second thing. And then you have to drink a gallon of water. Now, a gallon of water sounds a lot, but if you're doing 2 45-minute workouts in a day, you're going to be sweating a lot. So you're going to be consuming a lot of water. And it was interesting. I was talking to or reading one of my fellow den members in Lions Not Sheep, and they're doing it. And it keeps saying, make sure you're close to a bathroom because you're going to go pee a lot because you're drinking a lot of water. And then again, this one is number 4 is read 10 pages of nonfiction. Now, 10 pages of nonfiction, that's, right now, a lot of you guys know that I've been reading Anthony Robbins, but I just picked up another book that was highly recommended to me. And this is called Atomic Habits, and is by James Clear. And again, easy proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. So a number of people in the Lion's Den have read this or reading it. They think it's a great book and everything like that. So those are the books that I'll probably be reading these next 90 days. And adding it. I read a lot anyway, so doing 10 pages a day isn't really any biggie to me. And then taking progress pictures. And so the great thing about this is you can look up on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store and everything, and you just type in 75 hard, all one word, and they have an app. The app costs $7, $6.95, I think, or something like that. But it really, really helps you track, and you're able to take pictures, you're able to track yourself, you're able to do all that. Now, here's the kicker, and I forgot to show this to you. The kicker is, if you fail at anything, you got to start over. If you fail at anything, you got to start over. So if you didn't drink your gallon of water, or you didn't do your workouts, or you didn't, you got to start it all over again. And that's one of the hard things. That's why this is called 75 hard. And you do this now for 75 days. And so this is the big challenge. And like I said, just before I came on air here, Cynthia was talking to me. Are you sure you're going to be able to do it? Are you going to do the 75 days? And, and again, that comes back to my primary goal is increase follow through. So this is one of the reasons why I'm doing this challenge and doing the 75-day hard challenge, because I want to make sure, it's a great way to achieve my primary goal, and that's to create more follow through. So, but I encourage you guys to check that out. You can do a search on 75 hard, and there's website. It basically it costs nothing to do it, and he gives you all this information. He has tons of podcasts, all this stuff for free. But if you're going to do it and you're going to be serious, spend the $7, get the app. And then also he has a book, which is what I showed you here. I've ordered the book. It's gives you more insight and everything, and it was something like $19 or something, but no biggie. But this is something what I'm challenging myself. And if this is something that you guys would like to do, someone out there would like to try the 75 hard with me and everything, again, join my Facebook group. And again, it's Kilted Prepper Community. It's a private group, and so come on in, and you can start posting what you're doing, and we can start really working together and everything. Because again, that's one of my goals, is to help 45 people in these next 90 days to become physically, mentally, and spiritually better person and have better preps. So that's my big purpose goal for the next 95 days. And if you're one of those 45, then hey, let's work together and start holding each other accountable, and let's pour into each other, and see where we are, what's going to happen after the 75 days, if you choose to do the 75-day hard, and or two, if you do the 90-day, tracking where you are in 90 days doing the core 4. Now the interesting thing is that when you do the tasks of the 75 hard, it also basically falls in line with the same goals of your core 4. So you're going to be able to do your core 4 and do all these basic things, and then again add that to the daily hard or the 75 hard challenge. And so I know that I feel like I'm kind of biting off a lot and everything. But the interesting thing is in the accountability group that I'm in, Lions Not Sheep, there's a lot of people who have done it. There's a lot of people that are currently doing it, and there's a lot of camaraderie and accountability. And then people there, oh man, I'm having a hard time today with my 1 gallon of water, which is one thing that I'm kind of concerned. I specifically bought some bottles. They're marked and everything. Each one of these are 24 ounces. And I forget, Alexa, how many ounces of water in 1 gallon?
There is 128 fluid ounces of water in 1 gallon.
So 128 ounces of water in 1 gallon. That basically equates to 5 bottles of this every day, and things. So but that's I'm already been priming myself, getting ready, getting mentally ready and everything. And I don't I'm gonna just keep pushing forward and doing it. Now the thing is if I fail, I have to start over. And this is another thing too, is you're being truthful with yourself. There's integrity. And yeah, you can get out there, or yeah, you can join my group and everything, and say you're doing the 75 hard, and you miss a workout, or you didn't drink a gallon of water, or you didn't read your 10 pages or something like that. And you can tell all of us, oh yeah, I did my 75 hard, and you just keep going. Or you can have the integrity and start all over again. And that's that's a toughie, folks. It's like, oh man, do I want to start all over again? I mean, here it might be day 70 and you forget to drink your gallon of water, which by that time I don't see happening. But, if you forget to drink your gallon, or you didn't drink your whole gallon or something, having to start all over after doing 70 days and everything. Now, the positive is, and this is something that I am reading in a lot of the Lions Not Sheep group that I'm involved in, and you come out a better person. You come out with more confidence. You come out with just a stronger mind, knowing that you're able to do these things. And yeah, this 75 hard challenge is a challenge. It's why it is hard. And I'm going to be very truthful with you guys. So I'm going to be trying to post a lot, and I encourage you guys to hold me accountable. Hey, Ray, where are you on 75 hard? And I'll be probably posting pictures of myself, because you got to take a picture. That's one of the criteria, is every day take a picture of yourself, and so that you can kind of track where you are during the days and everything. But I really want to work hard at doing this, and it falls right within what I do for Core 4 anyways. And I think that these next 90 days are going to be an outstanding time, and I'm going to be learning even more, being able to push myself more, and become even more mentally tough, and learn a lot about myself in facing these sort of challenges. And I figure if I can do a 75-day hard challenge, then hey, it's good preps for SHTF, because if you can do that and maintain the integrity, maintain doing it and everything, and battling yourself, then because it's interesting, and I don't mean to use profanity here, but one of the things that Andy talks about is what he calls the bitch voice. The bitch voice is what talks you out of doing things. The bitch voice is what causes you to makes it kind of capitulate, or makes okay, I did a 30-minute workout, let's call it good. That's kind of your bitch voice. And it makes you quit, it makes you compromise, it makes you so, and all of us do, and all of us listen to it too. I mean, hey, I listen to it to myself as well. I hear that little small voice, you don't have to do that, oh, why don't you just cheat on this, or hey man, those little Debbies sure do look good, why don't you have one of those, no one's cheating, no one's looking, no one's gonna know. And so Karen asks, what's SHTF? SHTF stands for when poo hits the fan. The S is poo. So SHTF is when poo hits the fan. And an SHTF situation could be anything. Something that could become personal. So for example, a job loss of a loved one, loss of whatever, but it's a drastic loss that usually will affect you. Another idea is nuclear war, SHTF situation, or another thing is called EMP, or electromagnetic pulse, which will take out all the electrical things in the world. Another one being the zombie apocalypse. The zombies rise up and start eating brains and everything. Those are all examples of SHTF. Poo hitting the fan. Replace the P with the S, and So, but by doing all these things, you are finding that you will grow stronger, that you will be able to accomplish a lot, because, hey, you drank a gallon of water for 75 days and didn't miss the drop. And so or you've worked out twice a day and you didn't miss a workout or anything. And so this is, it's quite a challenge. And so these next 90 days, I'm going to be working it. And again, like I said, I want you guys to hold me accountable. Ask me where I am, ask me how I'm doing. And, where are you in the hard 75 and everything. And I'm also going to be posting Facebook and Instagram and talking about it on my YouTube channel. If you watch Coffee with Ray in the mornings, it's 9 a.m. Eastern time frame. So, but yeah, I'm going to be sharing that. And again, I welcome anybody and everybody who wants to join. That would be great. If you want to do a 30-day hard, or 30 hard, or 45 hard, or whatever, if you want to grow into these, maybe you want to join the challenge, or you just want to really track and see what you want to accomplish in 90 days. Because this is the fourth quarter. And my big goal, my huge primary goal, is create more follow through and do better in that arena. And then, like I said, I've got my other minor goals. I've got how much weight I want to lose. I've got, what I want to do to have better balance, me and Cynthia. And I need to add something in there for Sarah too. I took Sarah out. And then purpose, what I want to do is I want to help 45 people become better, mentally, physically, spiritually better, and have better preps in their lives. And then production, leverage all my cash flow streams and start bringing in $50 a day. And then I haven't written any goals yet, but I do have another P, preparedness. So these are my primary goals, but the ultimate goal that I have is create more follow through. Because if I'm able to create more follow through, then all these areas of my core four are going to do even better. I'm going to be doing better in my body. I'm going to be doing better in my business. I'm going to be doing better in my power, my purpose, my passion, and my production. And so by learning and leveraging and creating more follow through, I'm going to be able to get more things done, which in a SHTF situation, we're going to be maybe put through some of these sort of situations where you've got to do something. And, you sure everybody starts it and gets it going, but then that's where the follow through comes from. Are you mentally strong enough to see the thing through? And so this is why I'm doing these and this is why I'm talking about this and everything, even though it doesn't sound like, what the heck does this have to do with prepping? I mean, it really does. It has a lot to do, because when I've gone to some of these prepping conferences or these events and everything, I talk to a lot of preppers, and I've talked to a number of them about mental fortitude, and what have you been doing to shore up your mental fortitude? And a lot of people aren't doing anything. So that tells me if you're not doing it, then you're going to slip into your lowest common denominator and become that sort of person. And so what is that going to turn out to be? I don't know. For a lot of people, like I said, I think mostly it's going to people be curling up in the fetal position and hanging out in the corner, because they're going to find out that things are tough, and they're going to have to learn mental fortitude, mental hardness, and being mentally prepared during an SHTF situation. And so this is why I'm doing it now, so that I don't have to do it during an SHTF situation. And then once I'm done with this, I'm going to continue to do this. Will I do another 75-day hard? I don't know. There is called Live Hard, which is basically taking the 75-day hard and doing it over a year too. They've added more things to do and this, that, and the other. I may even take on that challenge and stuff, but we'll see. I'm going to see how I do with the 75-day hard. I've got to do it. And so it's part of that learning the follow through and things. So Karen says today is her 8-year anniversary of her husband's death. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I also hope that he's in a better place. And it's hard. I know that is an example of a personal SHTF situation, and that's learning with deal with grief and loss and everything. That is an SHTF situation. So, sorry, dry mouth. But so, anybody have any questions? Does anybody out there set goals? And then what is some of the things that you do? Does any of you, do you guys journal? Do you guys track your goals? Do you guys read any self-help books or bettering yourself books or anything like that? What are you doing to become mentally prepared? Or are you doing anything to become mentally prepared? Or are you just throwing happenstance to the wind and you can say, screw it, we'll figure it out when it happens? And, because by doing your core four daily and learning these things, it's going to really help you in the long run. Even, okay, let's just say no SHTF or anything's going to take place at all. Everything's rainbows and unicorns and everything. Still doing your core four every day is going to make you the better person. It's going to make you be the winner. It's going to make you be the person that will stand out. You're going to have more confidence. You're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to have a better relationship. You're going to know where you're going to be going and everything, versus so many people who just throw darts at the wall and hoping to hit something. And so I don't want to do that. I want to be throwing darts at the wall. I want to put as many odds in my favor, and like the Hunger Games, may the odds forever be in your favor. And but same situation, the more odds that I can put in my favor now versus waiting down the road when crap hits the fan, then I'm going to win. I'm going to win for myself. I'm going to win for my family, and then I'm going to win for the community that I'll probably be building or have built, or my mag group, or whatever like that, because I've done the mental preparedness now, and I continue to do the mental preparedness, and I continue to strive and push myself even harder, so that when SHTF happens, then will I sail through it? No, I won't. But you know what? I think it's going to be a lot easier versus those who have done nothing and are curled up in the fetal position, sucking their thumb in the corner. So, you inspire, have a journal. You inspire me, as does our pastor Tom and Cynthia. Well, thank you so much there, Karen. I appreciate that. Karen goes to our church, and she's a wonderful person. So, but I encourage you guys to join me. If this is something you guys want to do, private message me or email me, ray@raymondmoore.com, ray@raymondmoore.com. That's MHOR.com. And let's talk. Let's get you rolling. Go out and get yourself a notebook and decorate the cover like I have. I may get little stickers or something like that. So I'm like, he's a badass, man. Get a little badass sticker here or something. I don't know, but I did this today in lieu of starting tomorrow. Tomorrow is October 1st, but get yourself a notepad and start kicking it tomorrow. And again, what I'm doing in my notepad is I'm covering every 4 areas, or all the areas of the core 4, and what have I done? What am I doing? What am I doing to achieve my bigger goals? So how have I pushed myself in power, passion, purpose, and in my preps? So, and then that's how I'm going to track it in here. And then I can look back and see, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? How can I adjust, overcome? How can I make changes? How can I make, things like that? Because you're going to start doing things. And what's interesting is when you start doing these sort of things in core 4 and start looking at your goals, all of a sudden your goals may change. And so that's why I've done, one full page for each of my goals and stuff, because as you're going along with something, things start changing, doors start opening. Maybe you've already accomplished that goal and it's day 25, and so add another goal. So things change as you're doing these things, and you're bettering yourself, and you're doing it even faster. And here's another interesting thing. By being part of a group, and like I am with Lions Not Sheep, I'm able to be accountable to these people, and post what I'm doing, and they can check it out. And if I miss several days, someone's going to say, "Hey, Ray, how come you haven't posted about your this or that or whatever?" I'm also able to track my core 4 in my Lions Not Sheep. So if you're interested in Lions Not Sheep, again, contact me. I can send you a link to that. And I think it's something like $45 a month. Totally worth it. I mean, that's something that you want to look at, is investing in yourself as well, because you're able to do it now versus doing it later. And so I see this as an investment, not only in myself, it's an investment in my family, it's an investment in my business, and anybody who's in or around me and everything are going to be the winners, as well as I'm going to be the winner. And so by doing these things, it's just making myself a better person, a stronger and better husband, a better father, a better businessman, a more caring individual, and caring for my fellow man and fellow brother and things. Because again, like my purpose goal is to help 45 people within these 90 days to improve their mental, physical, and spiritual, as well as their preps. So that's one of my big goals, and I'm going to be tracking it. So, if you want help and everything and stuff, then come join me, and maybe you can be one of the 45. So we are coming up to 48 minutes. Does anybody else have any questions or anything? Has this been helpful to you? Has this, do you think I'm off my rocker or anything? What do you guys think? What does this sound? Is this something that you can do? I mean, does it chime right? Why wait till SHTF happens to become mentally, more mentally, have stronger mental fortitude versus start practicing it now? So I'm really interested in hearing that. Do me a favor, put some discussion down there and just let me know your thoughts and everything. And am I just being some self-help guru or something, or does this make kind of sense to you? So, which I'm not trying to be. I'm a nobody. I'm just, I like helping people and I like doing what I do. I love writing books. I love writing articles, and I do everything that I do to help folks. And so that's my big goal, is just continue to help folks. And my selfish reason, I want allies versus enemies. And so the more people that I've helped, the more people that I can help bring into the prepper community or whatever, the more people I've created as allies, versus worrying about people down the road or this, that, or in of people I didn't have or I wasn't able to help. So does that make sense? That's my selfish goal right there. I want allies, not enemies. And so the more people that I've been able to help are definitely be my allies and stuff. So you're in your rocker. Cool. So, well, thank you so much, Karen. I appreciate it. But that is everything. Again, if you're new here, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share, ring that little bell. And if you're on Facebook, give me a thumbs up and everything. And if you're on Facebook, go over to YouTube, check me out. And again, like, subscribe, share, and ring the bell. So another thing, I'm working really hard. The program that you're seeing right now, if I'm, the way that I'm able to show all these cool graphics and do all these cool things and all this other stuff is with a program called StreamYard. And right now, I subscribe to the lowest level, which is something like $13 a month or something like that. But they limit my picture size. And so you'll see that I'm kind of fuzzy. I'm not crystal clear, sharp, and everything like that. I think I'm sitting at 720 pixels or something. What I would like to do is be able to kick it up, and that's $20 a month. And then I'm going to get 1080p. So I'll be crystal clear, be able to broadcast on your televisions and everything like that. Where if you're watching this on your television or a larger screen, I start getting fuzzy. And it's just because I'm at the basic level of StreamYard. But my goal, again, that's my goal I need to write down, is to be able to upgrade to StreamYard and get their better version, their 1080p version, so that I can look better, I can look cleaner, I can look crisper. I look at other YouTube guys out there and I can tell when they're, one, I can tell when they're using StreamYard, but two, I can tell what program they're on. They're on the 1080p because they're crystal clear, versus me. I kind of has this little Gaussian blur and everything because I'm not broadcasting at such a bigger bandwidth and everything. So, hey, we're talking. We'll see you. Have a good one, bud. I've got several things going. One, buy me a cup of coffee, and it starts at $1, but that really helps. Two is join my community, and that's here is right down there next to the subscribe button. And then also there's been added a thank you button or something like that, where you can click on that and do a super what is it called, a super share or super like that. But you can throw me a tip. So, but again, I'm working hard. I want to increase my bandwidth on StreamYard, but it's from $13 to $20. So that's one of my big goals, is so that I can give you a bigger, better picture and bring you better video quality, if you want to call it that, and stuff like that. So what else is going on? Join my Facebook community, which I've talked about quite a bit. It's called the Kilted Prepper Community on Facebook. Do that. Also, look into my Telegram group. I've got a Telegram group where I am posting news that I think is important, that you guys need to stay on top of. I follow a lot of the global economics, and I cover economics, precious metals, and food are the big areas that I really try to keep on top of and share articles with and everything. And then also buy alerts. I've had 2 buy alerts this past week. One was on butter. The butter price was great. I want to say it was something like $12 or $13, maybe 14. I can't remember the exact price, tell you the truth. But butter, and this was a 1-gallon size butter of freeze-dried butter, that Ogson Farms, and that sale lasted only 24 hours. And I know a lot of people took advantage of that. And then the second sale that was really hot is the pancake mix. And that one came and gone really fast. But it was pancake mix. The price was like $9.50 or $9.30. Again, I can't remember the exact price, but it was something like 56% off. And that one only lasted about 12 hours. But if you're in my Telegram group, whenever I find a buy alert, not only do I paste it to my Facebook walls or something, I also paste it to my Telegram news group so that you can jump on that. Because when Augustin Farms has these sales and they're good like that, you want to jump on them and buy 3-4 cans of whatever it is they're offering, because the price is super, super good. I mean, it's super cheaper than even, the grocery stores and everything. I mean, Augustin Farms prices are really good anyways. It's a food product that I totally stand behind. I think if you're going to do survival food, the two companies that you want to buy from, Augustin Farms and Thrive Life. I've tried so many other different survival foods out there, and I keep coming back to those two. I think they have the best flavor, the best taste. They doesn't taste like cardboard. It's not overly salty, which a lot of prep food is overly salty, and then or tastes like sawdust. And so there's a lot of foods out there, and I just keep coming back to Augustin Farms and Thrive Life. So but that's everything I can think about, folks. I just thank you so much for joining in tonight and listening to me jibber jabber. And I really want to encourage you guys to jump on board and contact me if you want to work this challenge with me, or if you want to see change in your life and everything. Let's do this together. Let's spend this next 90 days. Let's pick some goals and let's really work towards getting to those goals. And once you start doing core 4 and everything, you'll be amazed at how much better your life is every day. So that's everything. Raymond Moore, Kilted Prepper. You've been watching the Kilted Prepper Live. So Saturday Night Live. So we'll see you. Goodbye. God bless. And kilt on, folks.